The Fort Ebey Kettles Trail Run takes place on the beautiful Whidbey Island that's just north of Seattle, Washington. Held over a weekend, the event has 4 different races. Half marathon and marathon are usually held on a Saturday, and 5K, 10K on Sunday. To get to the race site from the mainland, you can catch a ferry from a town called Mukilteo, which is located about 30 minutes north of downtown Seattle, to Clinton, which is located near the southern tip of the island, and drive north for about 40 minutes to the park. The entire trip will likely take you about 90 minutes if you make the ferry right on time. You could also drive past Mukilteo on I-5 for about 30 more minutes to a town called Anacortes, and drive south through the island and to the park, bypassing the need for ferry. This trip will likely take you a little more time, but it's definitely worth it, as you get to enjoy one of the most beautiful places in Washington State, the Deception Pass.
Director that I want to introduce you to. Angela Klein is here as our new event director, and she's going to kick things off with our pre-start briefing. She's going to talk about a few items, and then I'll go over the course and the course markings, and we will get started down on the bluff.
The race takes place in the Fort Ebey State Park, which was originally acquired to protect the Puget Sound from possible naval invasion, and the park still has gun battery and magazine storage areas that people can visit. The race starts on a stunning beachfront bluff with an amazing view of Puget Sound and Olympic Mountains. Immediately after the start, there's a small loop around the beachfront bluff to help separate runners before they head out onto the trails for a run across Fort Ebey State Park. The course isn't too technical, and it is mostly comprised of switchbacks and gently rolling hills through forest areas. However, despite no large climbs, the course still packs impressive elevation gains of 5,500 feet over a marathon distance, which makes it a perfect training run to test any new gears that you may have acquired over the winter, or for all you crazy ultra runners, a great opportunity to do a fitness check before the ultra marathon season begins.
That was the second checkpoint. I think we're about 9 miles in, so that means we have about 3 more miles. 3 more miles to the halfway point, which is half mile, half marathon. Let's go.
There are 2 aid stations per loop, which is a half marathon. The first aid station is at around 5 miles, and second one at 9.5 miles. About a half mile after the second aid station, the trail opens up from a forest area to a beautiful waterfront trail along a scenic waterfront top overlooking the Puget Sound and Olympic Mountains. Little less than a mile in length, this waterfront trail eventually leads to the original beachfront bluff, which was the starting point of the race, where runners do a loop to get back onto the waterfront trail going the other way. This will take you through a campground before arriving at the finish for a half marathon loop. Marathon runners run this loop twice for 26 miles and 5,500 feet of elevation gain.